Hi, it's the end of the river season now. The end of the season has become a washout. A load of rain on the Friday before the end of the season has put the Stour at least 5 foot up, and it had been fairly normal before that. But in that few days before the end of the season, before the last weekend, I got out on the Upper Stour and had quite a good day, and I'm going to follow through some of the action from the first hour anyway. One of the great things about the Stour is that you can catch different species, and the best days I've had this winter, I've had a mixture of roach and chub with some dace, maybe a gudgeon or two. And I like those sort of days. You're never quite sure what the next bite will bring. It might be a ½ ounce dace or a 3 pound chub, maybe even a roach over a pound. I've had some days this winter where I've caught just roach on the Upper Stour, and lots of them. And I've had other days where I've had just some chub, usually when the river's fairly clear, chub and nothing else, no roach. But these days of mixed bags are some of the best. And I'm a great fan of using bread on the Upper Stour. Maggots do work, and maggots on some of the stretches will get other species, especially up around Sturminster, more likely to pick up perch or even rudd up there. But the species I've had this winter have just been dace and roach, chub and gudgeon on the upper river. This session started fairly low key. Second cast, once I've got the depth right, got a little dace, quickly followed by a reasonable roach, and not too long after that a very nice roach as well, not quite a pound. There were chub in the swim as well, and the first one was a pound and a bit. Then I lost one, probably about the same size, maybe a bit bigger, did feel a bit heavier. And further down the line, a bit later on, after a mixture of small roach and dace, hit a much better chub. So sit back and enjoy the action. The water's up a bit on what it has been recently. We've had a flood since the last time I fished this stretch, and it's got a bit more flow, a bit more colour. It's fining down after a modest flood. One of the problems with that, with feeding liquidised bread, is that getting the bait down to where I want it is a little bit unpredictable, and because it sort of floats when you throw it in, you wait for it to sink and you hope it goes where you want, and as a result the fish were here, there and everywhere in the swim at times. The bread punch certainly worked. I was on a 16 barbless hook with a fairly big punch for that size of hook, one that I could probably use on a 14 as well. But it becomes a nice little blob of very, very soft bread once it's in the water for a little while. hooked this bigger chub almost up against a tree that's in the river, and the chub was very determined to get underneath that tree again. I had to hold it fairly hard. As Matt Hayes once said, they don't half hang on, and this one was pretty determined. Like most chub, if you can get it away from the snags, they're not too bad. They tend to calm down a bit, and the only time to worry is when they come in close to your own bank where there may be other snags of reeds or old weed beds, branches, things like that. But this one, once I'd got it upstream and in front of me, it wasn't too bad at all. Probably the best chub I've had this season, which doesn't say much for my chub fishing this year. It's only 3 pounds odd. Hope you've enjoyed the videos that I've done over this last winter. I shall be doing a different sort of fishing fairly soon. Hope to get onto some still waters, maybe do some pole and whip fishing for a change as it warms up and settles down maybe. But until then, goodbye for now.